The superintendents of the state's two largest school districts discussed current education issues during a forum in Oklahoma City, sponsored by our content partner, Oklahoma Watch. Keith Ballard from Tulsa and Dave Lopez from Oklahoma City fielded questions on third grade reading, teacher pay, and other issues. Here's more in this O&R Extra.
Now, the state says we're going to retain them at the end of the third grade year. I certainly agree that third grade is a good benchmark time when we should be taking a look at it. But I believe even more strongly than that kindergarten to 1 and 2 is extremely important. But when you're making up for language delays, sometimes you're not going to see those results until the 4th or the 5th grade. What we need to do is make sure that we are utilizing the best practices, the best teachers, the best conditions, and what I believe is critical, and I've already spoken to this, is extended time. More time in the summer, more time in after-school programs. Those are the things that build the language experiences that will help students to become successful in reading.
It's critical, and it's interesting. I don't know all the details about Florida's success, and part of that probably was resourcing to make sure we have a reform, that we have the dollars that follow. But I do know that in talking to then Governor Jeb Bush, he said that for them it was the most emotional hurdle that they had to get across, and it was painful, and that's what we're on the precipice of now. But it's good to hear that through that pain, some positive things have happened, at least in Florida.
There are a lot of issues around ensuring that there's an effective teacher in every classroom. And I believe, in Tulsa anyway, that what had happened over a period of time was there had developed a tolerance for an ineffective teacher. And I think that happens in a large district where it's easier to just move people around. And in areas that have been underachieving for years, often that's where those teachers ended up. We have exited a significant number of teachers. You can't fire your way to excellence, though.
Particularly on the issue that Dr. Ballard identified as quality teachers, that I think we've diminished what we do to honor teachers by how we compensate them. And that is probably more expensive to us than if we paid them appropriately. Somewhere over time, I think we've not honored that part of the profession, and yet, as Dr. Ballard's experience points out, as the Gates Foundation's extensive research points out, it's that magic, that relationship between that teacher and that student, where it has to work. And so that part, I think money could play a bigger role than what we have currently.